Hello, everybody. Welcome back to, well, I guess what's going to be considered the last episode on Season 2 of TazzCraft. Yes, you may have heard the rumors. The rumors are true. This season is coming to an end. Much like the Hermit Crafters, we are going to be following suit, and we are going to start a new season. Season 2's actually been going for quite a while now, so yeah, we're going to start Season 3, and we're going to be able to start new. Everyone will be fresh. Everybody will be at the same spots. Everybody will be at the same level. And it's just going to be, I think, a really good thing. So we'll start out at 1.15. And then when 1.16 comes out, then we'll reset the nether. And then we'll be on 1.16. But for now, we're going to restart at 1.15. And I figured for this episode, we'll just kind of take a tour around the server and see the things that I've built, just kind of have a review of what's been going on the server since I started. Maybe take a look at some of the things that the other TazzCrafters have built. So I figured, we'll just do kind of like a remember what we built. Kind of give homage to those who have been on the server and the things that they've built. And so yeah, we're going to take a look at that. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So the very first thing that we're going to look at was actually one of the, it's not the first thing I built on the server, but it definitely was one of the first things I built on the server. And that was this thing. This is it was just a general mob farm when I first built it. But I actually converted it into solely a creeper farm. And actually recently I actually added to it. I actually expanded it upward on both sides. So as of right now, there is 3 levels to this thing on each side. So there's six chambers. Well, actually there's 2 chambers on each side. So that would be like 12 chambers. But anyways, so yeah, this thing actually does a pretty good job at making creepers. It works better when I'm the only one on the server. For obvious reasons. And since TN just logged off recently, it probably will start working a little bit better now. But yeah, I mean, it does a pretty good job at, making gunpowder. So, but I've really enjoyed this project. I was kind of hoping to keep expanding it upward and make this thing really ridiculous. There used to be an island right underneath it. I don't know if you remember Bagel Puff or Bagel Dolphin, whatever name he's going by these days. He had built me an island, and he was originally going to build kind of like a steampunk-themed ship or something on top of the island that was going to encompass this entire build. But sadly, he ended up going on to other things and didn't come back to the server. So eventually I took down the island because I figured it was just kind of an eyesore and without the top half of whatever he was going to build, it just didn't seem like it fit. So I went ahead and tore it down. I left a little platform down there, though. I'm going to turn this off. This doesn't need to keep going while I'm jabbering. And that's the other thing I like about this build, is that I can turn it on and off. It doesn't have to be on all the time. So that definitely helps the server out. So let's fly over to my base. And we'll check out some of the stuff that I've done over here. This is my starter base. I never did end up building just a main base. That's something I really do plan in Season 3 to not do again. To not be so lazy, to actually take the time and the energy and the planning to build an actual base and not just keep working out of my little hut like I did in this one. But you know what? The hut worked well for this season, and I was always glad to come back home, whenever I was off doing projects afar. So, not a bad thing. I used to have all my banners on the outside of my house for killing all the, what are those guys called? The bad guys, the gray guys, the pillagers or whatever. And then I used to have them hanging up here on my beach, and then we actually changed things up, and I stuck them inside what we call the Hall of the Dead, and I'll show you that a little later. But anyways, right across the way over here is my other builds. Am I going to be able to fly over there? Maybe, maybe. So let's see, I've got my tree farm up here because at one point I needed trees. I needed the wood. My daughter, the nice assassin, she just wasn't keeping up on wood, and this was before Zik started supplying wood, so it's like growing my own trees and collecting my own wood because I just needed more wood. And then this is my smelter. It's not like a super smelter by any way, shape, or form, but this is the smelter that I built to be able to quickly smelt things like glass, since I tend to have lots and lots of glass. And then I've got my cactus farm here, of course, with the very large amount of cactus in this chest that I never used. Never really used a whole lot of cactus for anything. So let's see. I've got my spider farm that's back here. Can't see it because it's back there. But, I did build it in one of the episodes a long time ago. And I get string from it. Every once in a while I come over here and I see how much string there is in there. It doesn't produce tons of string, but it produces a decent amount, I guess. And then that was my mining pit down there with all of my mine shafts and whatever. This was my AFK fish farm, which I actually haven't done any AFK fishing in, gosh, a long time. But this is where I did all my AFK fishing, and then all my chests that pick it all up's down here. So yeah, I mean, I could AFK for probably a couple of days and be okay. But I didn't really ever have to do that because, once me and Tian got the book, the Village Trading Hall going, I didn't really need any of the books from that anymore. So yeah, kind of grew beyond that. So let's see, what else? Of course, I've got my little hidden area down here. It's just this little area with my chickens. So I've got all my chickens. Of course, I don't have any chickens in those. But that's where I get all my food from. This is where I've got all my food for the whole season. I've just got loads and loads of chicken. Lots of chicken. And then, of course, I've got my slime farm down here, and my sugarcane farms are down here as well. So we'll just come on down here and we'll check those out. Alright, so this is, so my slime farm is beyond here. I never finished it though. I needed to go in, I needed to put iron golems on each side that drew the slimes into the water streams, and then they would get drawn here. But even though I never ended up doing that, I still managed to get a decent amount of slimes. So, like this slime right here, is he gonna come? Is he gonna come for it? Maybe. See, he doesn't even see. Is that iron golem up there? I don't even know if he's up there, come to think of it. Oh yeah, he's up there. Just for whatever reason, this slime doesn't seem to want to see him. But anyways, this probably needed some more work. But you know what? I really didn't care. So, and then this is my sugarcane farm. And it did pretty good. I mean, I didn't need loads and loads of sugarcane by any means, but it produced a pretty good amount of sugarcane for what I needed. I mean, really the only thing I ever used sugarcane for was paper. See, he gets hurt, and then those guys, yeah. So it kind of works. They're going at it. They're getting fresh with that cactus. Yeah, anyway. Alright, so let's move on and let's look at some other things that we did on the server. Okay, so one thing that I definitely have to point out was the Nether Hub. I spent hours and hours and hours on this thing, okay? The sad part is that we never really ended up using it because in order to make this functional to where people could freely use the Nether Hub without any danger of gas would mean that I would have to enclose this whole thing to make it so that a gas couldn't spawn Because right now, ghast are still spawning. Either they're spawning from the walkways. Where's that coming from? Oh. So yeah, either they're spawning from the walkways up here, or they're spawning from spaces that are out here still, that are still spawnable spaces. I mean, they're not spawning over the glass, because obviously they can't. But it's, it's a little disappointing, the fact that we never really finished this, but I still think it's cool. It's a cool idea. I don't think we'll be doing this, obviously, in Season 3, because the odds are TazzCrafters are going to be really far apart from each other. I don't think that we're going to be so closely knit together, especially since we're getting rid of the districts, aside from just a couple of districts. So, just for fun of it, I'm going to start filling in glass in some of these. But yeah, so the Nether Hub was fun, and what were some other things that we did when we were on the server? Let me take a look and see. Okay, just before we get off this this Nether Hub train, I just wanted to show you just how massive this thing is, in case you never really got an idea of the scope of how big this thing is. It is pretty big. So I'm going to fly from one side to the other. Okay, so this is the other side. So, I mean, that is not a short distance, okay? It is pretty massive undertaking to excavate all that out. So, anyway, I think the other thing I wanted to show was the Hall of the Dead, because remember I talked about that earlier. Let's see, we need to go right here. Alright, so right at... Oh, there's a hole right there. Right here outside the shopping district portal. This is the Hall of the Dead. So these are all of my banners and all of the mob heads I have collected since I started playing on the server. I think TNTeon added some of his too, I'm pretty sure. I don't think all of these are mine. I think most of them are mine. I think some of them are TNTeon's, and then I'm not sure about the banners, but yeah, this is a Hall of the Dead. So we'll have to do something like this in Season 3. We'll have to have a place where we just accumulate all these different banners and heads, and yeah, that would be interesting. So, and then we go look at the shopping district, because obviously we did some stuff in the shopping district. Of course, it's nighttime. It's always nighttime on the server. I think it's just like perma nights all the time. Okay, so the first thing that we made here in the shopping district, of course, was our slime farm. Or not our slime farm, our slime shop. Which did okay. I mean, I don't think... It definitely has not made me the most money on in as far as my shops go. I'm not sure if the rocket shop has made me more money or the end shop has made me more money. To be honest, I am not sure. That's a good question. I don't really know. I guess it's kind of a toss-up. I mean... Oh, look at that. We're being shot at. Jerk. Because I have sold quite a few rockets, although people started making their own rockets, and so my rocket sales started going down because of that, but... Yeah, see, no one's bought any rockets from me in a while. I think people are just making their own. Gosh, there's a creeper up there. Yeah, we really should have lit this place up a little more. Oh, look, so there's 20 diamonds. Somebody bought an elytra. That's cool. I'm pretty sure the end shop has made me more money than anything, because the elytras, I think, have made me quite a bit of money. But then, of course, we've got my daughter's shop there with the wood that she never stocks. And then we've got Vian's got his big mall almost right there, because he sells a bunch of different things in there. I'm not exactly sure whose shop this is, to be honest. And I'm not sure whose shop this is either. Some of these shops, I'm just not sure who owns them. I know that's Zix's shop. This, of course, is my shop. Apologies to the store owner. Whoa. I don't know why. Okay, he bought an elytra and he gave it back to me? Why? Does he not know this is my shop? That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know why he gave me an elytra. That's so funny. Yeah, Despair, if you didn't know, I own the iron shop. And I also own the end shop and the rocket shop and the slime shop. So yeah, giving me an elytra is kind of pointless. I'll give you your diamonds back if you want them, to be honest. But it's nice of you to think of that. But yeah, end of the season, so I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. And I don't know whose shops these are. I guess this is Despair's because he's... You know, I'm just gonna give him his diamonds back. I don't want your diamonds. I don't know what's up with this thing. This is interesting. It's got dried kelp, iron, and emerald. And slime block. I'm not really sure what this is for. Yeah, so, and then that's VN's ice shop, which needs to be restocked. That's VN's sand shop, which needs to be restocked. This is Despair's B&B, which I actually have slept out once, and I gave him an emerald for it. Oh yeah, and then the only other thing I can think of as far as a shopping district goes is the bookstore. I was actually going to rebuild the bookstore. I was going to make it different than this. I was going to make it, I guess, bigger, not taller, but like wider. Because we were going to make it so you could buy a lot of different books. Because if you actually walk in there, there's not a lot of room in there. So, but I never got around to that. My bad. So yeah, let's go take a look at, I mean, that's pretty much everything that I've done. Aside from my iron factory, let's go look at that. Okay. Apparently I'm not able to use this now. I guess I have to fly over to my portal. Alright, so I kind of fixed it. Yeah. Yeah, it's as fixed as it's getting for now. Alright, so here we are at the iron factory. I did go through the process of planting a whole bunch of pumpkins and melons because, yeah, I needed the pumpkins for the iron golems, and I just figured I might as well do some melons too. But yeah, there's my villager breeder, which, you know, I'm not sure if they're still working or not because I think I blocked it off. And then here's all of my iron farms down below, which don't appear to be working at the moment. I know it does take like some time for them to like start working. You have to be here for a while. But yeah, I mean this is pretty much where I got to. Of course, I never did finish excavating that, and then got my collection system over here, which I did recently go through and deplete this thing. So yep, it's pretty much devoid of iron at the moment. But I'm sure I wouldn't have had to AFK here for really all that long to get a whole bunch of iron. But yeah, the iron farm was a fun project. Let's go see what else we can look at. So we're going to go look at where I was going to build the gold farm. It was going to be built way up here. So here was the entrance to where I was going to build the gold farm. I mean, it's definitely something I'll have to build in Season 3, because I think the gold farm would be really cool. But yeah, this is how you get up here, and this is where the gold farm was going to be. It's going to be way up there. So, yeah, project for Season 3. Alright, so something else that we did work on at one point was this thing. This was our cheap man's Blaze farm. Guess that's really the only way I could think of to describe it. Yeah, this is a way for us to get blaze rods, you know, without too much damage. But then, you know, I decided to actually build a proper one. So then I built a proper blaze farm, and yeah, let's go ahead and show that, even though I probably shouldn't. But it's actually back here. If I can show this without... they're gonna shoot at me. Okay, so you can kind of see it really quickly before I get shot at again. But yeah, it funnels all the blazes down into the center using pistons. Yeah, we're going to cover this up again. This is dangerous. Okay, so now we're on the bottom side with this little baby zombie pigman here. And what you would do is you would stand here, and then they would spawn up there, and then they would get pushed down into the center down here. Although I don't hear any of the pistons firing, but anyways. There we go, I hear them now. So yeah, and then it would funnel them down here. God, these guys are loud. And then you would just whack them with your sword. Apparently this zombie pigman wants to join them. I don't know why he wants to join them, but yeah, you kill them and then you just collect all the rods down here. Alright, so yeah, those are the two things in the Nether that I can think of. There's only one other thing that I can even remotely think of that I've worked on the server, so we're going to go take a look at that. Alright, this is it. This is the only other thing that I can think of that I have worked on the server, and that's this thing. I didn't build this originally. I don't know who did, but I expanded the platform up above to be pretty massive, which then allows these guys to spawn more quickly. So I basically just made this more efficient. And aside from that, that's really the only thing I can think of. I did put in like dropper systems. You know what? I need to turn them down, or you're not going to hear me. Okay, now that they're not so loud. Alright, I did put in like dropper systems. So like this is a junk chest that you would just throw like ender pearls into, and it would eject them out into the void. That was before I actually set up the hopper system that's down below. So there's actually a hopper system down below, and I don't know if I'll be able to see it without flying down here. Oof. Okay. So this is the hopper system that I set up down here, and so as you can see, as they're dying up there, they're dropping ender pearls and they're getting ejected. So, you know, and it's funny because after I built this, I actually thought of a really elaborate, very compact way of building this. And I felt really dumb that I didn't do it back when I built this after I figured it out. But you know what? Live and learn. This works fine. But yeah, so basically it picks up all the ender pearls from the enderman dying up there, and it ejects them out into the void. So because we were getting lots of lag when the ender pearls are just building up on the floor. So that was a good addition to this area, has really helped. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So I guess with that, guys, I mean, that's going to pretty much be the end of my video. I don't have anything else to showcase. I don't have anything else to show. I have showed you everything that I have worked on this season, which, when you put it this way, really doesn't seem like a lot. So hopefully next season, we'll have big plans. We'll have big aspirations and big projects and things that are going to be really cool. So if you guys have any ideas of things that you'd like me to build next season, or projects that you would like me to work on, please leave them in the comments. Please let me know, because I would be interested to hear your guys' feedback. And if you like this video, then always be sure to hit the like button, because that definitely helps me to know that you like these videos. And if you really love the video and you would like to see more videos like this one, then please make sure to subscribe to my channel, because subscribing lets me know that you care. And thanks so much for sticking around, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next episode on this first episode of Season 3 of TazzCraft. We'll catch you then. Okay, guys, so I decided to do one last thing before we ended the episode. just for fun. Alright guys, so this is the thing that I wanted to end the video with. And I built this completely, obviously, out of TNT. I went and bought all the sand from everyone I could find. I bought it for like 1 diamond a stack, because I figured, you know, I've got diamonds to spare. I'm pretty sure I'm the richest person on the server. I think I almost had like 8 stacks of diamonds when I was done. So, I'm thinking I was probably the richest person. That skeleton's going to get blown up. Anyways, so yeah, I built this out of TNT this to commemorate the end of Season 2. And yes, I know these are off. Please don't grill me on this. But yes, the end of Season 2 with the dawn of the morning. And if I were to click this button right now, I'm pretty sure I would not survive. So just to make sure that I do survive and that you'll all be able to see the damage this does. And by the way, I built this as far away, I think, from people as possible. The only thing is that little shack down there, which is actually mine, and I don't really care if it gets blown up. So I think it shouldn't affect anybody. And so yes, this is the end of Season 2, my friends. And I'm going to put myself in creative so that I don't die, so that you guys can see this in all of its wonder. So let's go ahead and hit the button in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, well, that was cool. I'm glad it actually got them all. So, thanks so much, guys, for watching. We'll catch you on the next episode in Season 3. See ya.